This morning I came across a piece of news that really hit me. A 75-year-old man, energetic, happy, and still very active, collapsed without the slightest sign of pain or warning. At home, he had done nothing unusual. He woke up, stood up, and took just 2 small steps before everything went black. The question is, what exactly happened? According to the doctors, it was an apparently tiny miscalculation that millions of people over 70 repeat every single day, perhaps even you. And maybe you have been doing it for years without realizing it. We tend to dismiss the morning with the simple thought, if I'm awake, it's because I'm fine. But here is the truth. The first few minutes after opening your eyes can determine not only your day, but also your entire future. A careless gesture, a detail you overlook, can trigger a fall, a spike in blood pressure, or something even more dangerous. Today, I am going to share with you 7 common morning mistakes that people over 70 often make. Some of them seem minor, but their effects are far from insignificant. Most importantly, I will tell you how to avoid each one of them. You don't need to radically change your lifestyle. They are simple, practical adjustments you can implement right away. Stay with me until the end because the 6th mistake looks quite innocent at first glance, but it has a real talent for draining your health, energy, and mood. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button. Your support allows me to keep offering you simple and encouraging strategies for a more vibrant life. Are you ready? Let's dive straight into the topic. Number 1. 1 minute that changes everything. Imagine a typical morning. The sun is barely rising on the horizon. Your room is quiet and peaceful, and you decide it's time to get up. Without thinking, you swing your legs out of bed, stand up, and suddenly feel dizzy or weak. Your vision may darken, or you may feel the floor moving for a few seconds. Usually we just say, it's just one of those things. But it has a name: orthostatic hypotension. A drop in blood pressure that happens when you stand up too quickly. It is not a disease, but after 60 or 70, your body's internal systems can become slower to compensate for these rapid movements. This is what happens when you are lying down. Blood naturally pools throughout your body. As soon as you stand up, your heart has to work harder to pump enough blood to your brain. In young people, this mechanism is fast, but with age, that reaction can slow down. The result is a brief lack of oxygen to the brain that can cause dizziness or even fainting. Needless to say, a simple fall can turn your life upside down. Hospitals, casts, loss of independence, and the worry that lingers in your mind every morning. And if it happens again. The good news is that you can prevent this situation in just 1 minute, without special exercises, medications, or doctor visits. All you need is what I like to call the morning pause. Instead of sitting up abruptly as soon as you open your eyes, breathe. Sit up slowly, place your feet on the floor, and let your body catch up for 30 seconds. Rotate your ankles, move your wrists, and gently stretch your back if you wish. Respect your body's natural transition from lying down to standing. Believe me, this is not laziness, it is pure wisdom. I learned this the hard way when I jumped out of bed too quickly and nearly collapsed. After that scare, I started giving my body a brief moment to adjust, and the difference was amazing. No dizziness, no racing heart, just smooth and steady energy. Imagine you are crossing a bridge. You can race across with your eyes closed, or you can take careful steps looking where you are going. The second method is safer, easier, and much more respectful of your body. So tomorrow, remember, don't rush out of bed, take a pause. You will feel more balanced, clearer in your mind, and you will start the day with confidence instead of risk. Second, the silent mistake you are making before breakfast. Let's talk about what happens after that first minute of waking up. Many of us have a routine. Go to the kitchen, prepare coffee, put the kettle on for tea. But in the rush for our caffeine fix, we often forget something so simple but so important: drinking a glass of water. During the night, the body keeps working. The heart pumps, the lungs breathe, the kidneys filter the blood, and all of this consumes fluids. You can lose water through breathing, sweating, and small movements, even if you are not thirsty. When you wake up, you are already slightly dehydrated, which can thicken your blood and stress your heart. After 70, the feeling of thirst becomes less reliable, and the body can demand water silently. I used to think, if I'm not thirsty, I don't need to drink, right? That is false. When I started keeping a glass of water by my bed, I noticed a dramatic change. Clearer thinking, less morning drowsiness, and better digestion. Simply drinking water first thing in the morning can improve blood circulation, gently wake up your metabolism, and support your organs, especially if you have to take medications in the morning. Taking a few sips helps the pills dissolve and absorb better and reduces the risk of stomach or liver irritation. Besides, if you think about it, you are sending your body the message, I'm taking care of you, I'm nourishing you. With these small details, you are already setting a positive tone for the rest of the day. If you like a bit of flavor, you can add a splash of lemon or even a drop of honey. But remember, it is not about overdoing it, but about giving your body the fluid it needs after hours of sleep. The next time you go to the kitchen, remember to drink some water before your cup of coffee. It is a small change that is worth it. Third, the morning ritual that silently harms your health. Coffee. As soon as you smell it, you can practically feel your brain waking up. For many people, coffee is the symbol of the morning. Comforting, familiar, and energizing. But there is one thing most people never think about. Coffee is highly acidic and full of stimulants. When you drink it on an empty stomach, especially in the morning when your body is most vulnerable, it can irritate your digestive system and spike your stress hormones. Imagine this. Your stomach has been empty for hours. Then comes the coffee, rich in acids and compounds that trigger even more stomach acid. Over time, this can cause heartburn, gastritis, or worsen any digestive problems you already have. In addition, coffee increases cortisol levels, the stress hormone. A little can wake you up, of course, but too much can cause nervousness, anxiety, or raise blood pressure. Should we then give up coffee completely? Not necessarily. A small change can make all the difference. Eat something light before your coffee, perhaps a handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or a slice of toast. It is enough to settle the stomach and slow down the absorption of caffeine. You will still keep that delicious flavor and that energy boost, but without hitting your body like a freight train. Personally, I used to drink my cup of coffee right after getting up until I realized I was becoming irritable and strangely anxious. Switching to a slice of banana or a small cookie before my cup allowed me to stay calm and enjoy my coffee more. Coffee should bring pleasure, not stress. By gently protecting your body, you can make your morning cup something that supports you instead of weakening you. A simple slice of bread may seem harmless, but believe me, your stomach and your nervous system will thank you. Fourth, when your body tells you to slow down, but you don't listen. The older we get, the more we realize that mornings set the tone for the day. However, it is easy to forget that during sleep, our entire body goes into standby mode. Muscles relax, blood circulation slows down, joints rest, and cartilage fluid does not circulate as actively. Then, as soon as the alarm goes off, many of us jump up and rush to the kitchen, bend down to pick up a fallen utensil, or fill a heavy kettle. This abrupt change can be a shock for a system that is still waking up. Imagine starting a car on a freezing winter morning. You wouldn't rev the engine to maximum right away, would you? You would let it warm up. The same principle applies to your body, especially your spine, knees, and hips, which may be prone to stiffness, arthritis, or just general wear. Bending, lifting, or twisting suddenly can cause strains or small injuries that build up over time. So how do you warm up the body? You don't need to pull out a yoga mat or do an elaborate stretching routine. Still lying in bed, try gently flexing your feet, rotating your ankles, moving your toes, circling your shoulders, and slowly moving your neck from side to side. Spend 1 or 2 minutes on each joint, letting them know it is time to wake up. Then, when you get up, sit on the edge of the bed, shrug your shoulders a little, and straighten your spine. You will notice an immediate difference in the stability of your legs. I used to jump out of bed and then wonder why my knees creaked the rest of the morning. By adopting a gentle mini warm-up, my knees and back started cooperating better. Even your mind wakes up because when you move intentionally, you send a signal to your nervous system. We are in control of the situation. It is a calm and orderly start to the day instead of chaotic. So tomorrow, take a brief moment to greet your body. It doesn't take much time and it can save you a lot of problems later. Fifth, waking up hunched in body and mind. Have you ever looked at your reflection in the morning? You may notice slumped shoulders, head down, and a curved spine. This posture, whether you notice it or not, can define the way you breathe, feel, and even think about yourself. A hunched posture compresses the lungs, limiting oxygen intake. This lack of oxygen can cause confusion, tiredness, or even sadness. It is no coincidence that posture and mood are so closely linked. Try to have a big smile with your shoulders completely slumped. It is hard to keep that smile. When you are hunched over, your digestive system also gets compressed, slowing down food processing and possibly causing bloating or discomfort. It is fascinating and frustrating how just a few minutes of poor posture can affect the rest of the day. But you don't have to accept it. The trick is to practice standing or sitting taller before your body locks into that hunched position. Start in bed. Stretch your limbs fully, imagining a gentle string pulling you from your tailbone to the top of your head. Once seated, place your feet firmly on the floor, roll your shoulders back, keep your chin at a natural level, and breathe deeply. For these 20 seconds, tell your body, we are going to start this day with strength, without closing in on ourselves. If at first it feels uncomfortable, don't worry. It is simply your body adjusting to a new and healthier base. Soon you will notice that you are breathing more deeply, your eyes are clearer, and even your mood improves. Your posture is like a sign that reflects your inner state. Stand tall and you will feel more capable of facing the day. If you allow yourself to slump, you will easily feel old, tired, or discouraged. So give your body these few moments of alignment. It is a simple routine that can have a very positive effect on how you feel throughout the day. Sixth, what you skip every morning, and that harms your balance. You have probably noticed that some people wobble a little on their feet when they get up in the morning, as if they are testing their legs. But here is the question. When was the last time you focused on your legs, feet, ankles, and calves first thing in the morning? Many of us go through our morning tasks on autopilot, trusting that the body will adapt. After 70, this autopilot can fail. Over the years, muscles weaken, receptors in the feet become less sensitive, and the brain no longer processes balance signals as quickly as before. This often results in a fall that people usually blame on a loose rug, a slippery floor, or a sudden dizzy spell. But often the real culprits are years of underuse and ignoring these early warnings. I personally woke up one morning and felt my legs disconnected, almost as if they belonged to someone else. It was not painful, just unsettling, as if my body and brain needed a moment to reconnect. The solution: dedicate 2 minutes every morning to what I call leg awareness. Before getting up, still sitting on the edge of the bed, rotate your ankles, flex your toes, and gently move your knees. Stand up slowly, feeling your heels on the floor and centering your weight. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes for a moment to really feel where your stability comes from. This mini routine can significantly reduce that feeling of unsteadiness because you reestablish the connection between your brain and your legs. It may seem too simple to be important, but think about the number of injuries that occur in the kitchen or bathroom right after waking up. Many of these accidents could be avoided with just 2 minutes of mindful movement. Think of it as doing a quick check of your base before walking, so you can move through the day with confidence and stability. It is a small habit that can protect your freedom to move safely for the coming years. Seventh, waking up in darkness that drains your energy. Have you ever opened your eyes in a dark, gray room with the curtains drawn and no natural light, and felt like you could turn over and sleep for another hour? This persistent darkness can trick your brain into thinking it is still nighttime. One of the most powerful signals to regulate our internal clock, especially as we age, is light. When our bedrooms look like caves, we deprive ourselves of that natural trigger that says, "Wake up, world." Our internal clock, also known as our circadian rhythm, relies heavily on sunlight to reset itself. If morning light is insufficient, we run the risk of facing a whole series of problems: drowsiness, low mood, and disrupted sleep schedules. You may be tired all day but unable to fall asleep at night, or you fall asleep at random moments because your brain cannot tell if it is day or night. After 70, the circadian rhythm can become even more out of sync, making the problem worse. But there is a simple way to fix it. Flood your space with natural light whenever possible. If you can do it safely and comfortably, open the curtains 1 or 2 minutes after waking up. Let daylight reach your skin and your eyes. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is much brighter than indoor bulbs. Think of it as your body's daily reset button. It stimulates serotonin, the feel-good chemical that later turns into melatonin to help you sleep at night. If you have a small balcony or terrace, step outside for a moment. Even just breathing fresh air can be extraordinarily invigorating. It almost seems too easy, but people who have adopted this method have shared their most frequent comments with me. "I feel more alert, more stable, and better about myself." You will be surprised by the difference between starting the day in a dark room and starting it in a bright and welcoming bedroom. Light is like food for your brain, just as important as water, gentle movements, and a good breakfast.